Okay, cool. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So if you see in the that's the right. You see in the right, I have my consult link. You already know what to do with that. Pull up if you need to talk through some things. You got some questions. Something is not quite adding up. Whatever the case is, you want to touch base about whatever's going on. And also my LinkedIn. Y'all know I am big on using every opportunity to network. You never know who is in what industry. You never know. Okay, Jake, I know you in Arizona, so um, why did I say that? And it reminded me of like Martin when he went back to Arizona. But anyway, um, but you never know who you might run into or network or might be in a position to give you a referral. So I oftentimes like to give you all the opportunity to lean in on people that you are learning alongside. I added my LinkedIn over there. Most of us are already connected, but you might not be connected with other people that's in your cohort with you. Hi, Brittany Winfrey, Oprah cousin. You might not be connected to people that's in your cohort as well. So I like to give you all the opportunity to do that. Another thing is tonight we had these sessions monthly. Some of y'all pull up pretty consistently. Like this is not some of you all's first session coming here, but some of you all this is your first session, monthly community session, and we have these monthly. So this month we are doing portfolios and projects because portfolios and projects are a sore spot for a lot of people. Primarily attributed to the fact that people overthink, they don't know where to start, and it's literally along the lines of like help. So I like to have a session that's specifically only centered around portfolios and projects. Any questions before we get in this thing? Let's go. So if you see me looking over here, I have notes because I want to make sure that I touch base on everything that I intend to touch base on tonight, because these projects and portfolio sessions, they are kind of heavy. They ain't heavy, but they have a lot of information. So that's why they're recorded. And as you continue to build out your projects, come back and reference this. So I oftentimes tell people, and I talk about it a lot on social media, and I'm like, look, if you're in the space of data, data is an application-based field, period. And what I mean by that is tech in general, in its entirety, is an application-based field. But specifically data, that's my wheelhouse, so that's what I'm going to talk about. It's not the goal to just get a certificate. It's not the goal to just memorize syntax or just say, okay, I went through this training or I did that. That ain't worth nothing. In real life, your differentiator is going to be the ability to be able to apply whatever that skill is that you claimed you learned to support the business. That's it. That's all. So I have the opportunity, and I say that to say that the goal is to be able to apply what you said you learned. You know Excel, cool, but how did you use it? You know Power BI, cool, but how did you use it? You know SQL, cool, but how did you use it? And that's why all of our sessions are pretty much set up to make sure that you understand what we learning, and make sure that if you when you get in these interviews and in these technical assessments, you are able to talk through what you said you learned. But also that portfolio piece is going to be a game changer for you as you navigate through the space. And the way that I oftentimes talk through that portfolio is, or the relevance of a portfolio. Let's say you are planning for let's say you planning for a birthday party, a wedding or something. You planning for this big extravagant wedding, and you need a photographer. In real life, if I'm going and I'm looking for a photographer, oh, hey, Shira. You actually gonna be an example tonight. But anyway, if I'm going and I'm looking for a photographer for my wedding or my birthday, I'm not going to get a photographer that I've never seen they work. I ain't never seen their pictures. I don't know what they're capable of doing. I don't know you from Adam. I'm not gonna go with you. A portfolio typically is the same way because it gives you the opportunity to say, while I have not or I might not have done this work in an official capacity on the job, I can do the work. And that's all. That is what the main goal is. Can you do the work? So that is the purpose of that portfolio. And that's why I drive so hard on getting the ability to show you can apply that and talk through them concepts. So any questions on that before we get into the meat of the session? All right. So let's talk about the work that you're doing every day. Let's start there. Because everyone here is grown. We have life things. Most of us, let me skim through because I think most of us here are like, we pretty up there. Yeah. Everybody here is not, we got other things that we're doing. However, most of us are already pretty much established in our career. We looking to upskill, so we working or we're doing something somewhere, whether it's Excel or something. So I oftentimes talk about being very creative where you already are in your current role and leveraging the work that you're already doing for a portfolio. What does that look like? Exhibit A. One time I was supporting a teacher. Um, Within her, when we sat down and did like an extraction with her individualized transition plan, Kiara was doing so much data analysis to where if I would have taken like her work and like just looked at exactly only what she was doing, she was a data analyst. She was taking like test scores and saying, okay, well, this test score, they had the ability to do this, so now next time we're gonna do that and we're gonna implement that and we're gonna do this, that, and the third. She was doing all that work and she was storing all of those scores and things in Excel. So I was like, hey, this is your portfolio right here. This is the work that you're already doing, and we could take this, sanitize it, don't have nobody kid name in there, sanitize it, and use this as an Excel analysis to showcase this is what I've done, this is how I've done it, and this is the decision that was made from it. So if you are in a position that you are, for example, heavily leveraging Excel on your day-to-day, if you are in a position to where you are, who is it? If you're in a position to where you are heavily leveraging Excel on your day to day, or if you're like using a Power BI dashboard or any of those things, start like going to work and looking at things and be like, how can I take this and build a project based on the work that I'm already doing? How can I take this and basically make my job easier? But in that, it's going to require me to like build a project using where I'm already at and what I'm doing. So that's a hack that I oftentimes tell people, and I actually do that myself. Like, for example, if I'm working on a data automation project, a data migration project, I'll take that, sanitize that data, and like this is going to be like talking points for me or a legit portfolio piece for me. So if there's the opportunity, any opportunity that you can see that you can say, okay, well, I'm leveraging Excel. Let me just take this Excel and apply it to or build something out of it that don't have any personal data in it. And that can be a portfolio artifact for you. So that's a hack that I oftentimes tell people as well. And when you have the ability to, a way to tell if your project basically is like portfolio worthy is, does it capture your work? Can someone look at this and you explain who's supposed to use this? What decisions were made because of this? What data was used to build this out? And the steps that I used to create this, that's a portfolio piece all day long. So yeah, that's one hack that I oftentimes tell people, where are you? Use what you have and build something with it. We're busy. Like, take things and make things essentially like twofold. Make your job easier, but also, like Denzel Washington said on that little meme, I'm leaving here with some. Build you some that you can take and support yourself and showcase, this is how I've done my work. Any questions on that? Okay. Okay. I'm going. Okay. Another example is that some of you all, of course, clearly, if you hear you've done a technical trade. One of the beautiful things about your Power BI tracks and your Excel technical tracks is that at the end of your technical sessions, I extract those analysis that you do and I provide that to you. And the reason why I provide that to you is because that's an artifact for your portfolio. You built it. You're able to take that, push it out on your LinkedIn, use that for interviews, and be able to explain what the business case was, what the data set, what data set did you use, what was the process, did you clean that data, did you visualize that data, what decisions were made because of it. Those are some of the ways that you're able to do that. And with that Excel and Power BI, you building a dashboard. So you leave with that dashboard, with that template, and you have the ability to take that and don't stop there. Use that and continue to leverage data that aligns to your field. And I'll get into some data sources as well. But continue to leverage data for your field and keep building out other projects. Always look for ways, like I always look for ways to say, all right, I can use this as a project. To me, everything is a project. I had a student probably about 2 months ago, and she was having issues with like her virtual machine. So I was like, Priscilla, I was like, all right, Priscilla, I said, you having issues with the VM? Let's spin up your own database. Let's spin up your own database. It's on your own machine. And while you doing this, like you and I, her and I was like on daily sessions, almost 20, 30 minutes a day until she got where she needed to go, until she had all her data, all that other stuff. Do this. And while you're doing this, you need to be screen recording. You need to be doing something so you can take this and package it as a portfolio. Like we live in a environment now to where you can screen record you writing code, and I'll show examples of that. But you can screen record you writing code, package it up real nice and cute, make you a little YouTube or what is it, Loom, LOOM, create you a video screening of you doing your analysis, writing your code, whatever it is, package it up real cute. And that's what she did. So anything that you do is the opportunity to build out their portfolio. So that's what she did. And for a lot of you all that are in Excel and Power BI and SQL, Excel is very robust. Don't stop at where you end with the technical sessions. Keep going. If there's an opportunity to automate a process, if there's an opportunity to build some macros, if there's an opportunity to do any of those things, just literally use that as your base and keep building, especially if you like in healthcare or education or government. And I get onto that, why I say that as well. But just keep using those things and keep growing in that space as you keep growing in the field. Any questions about that? I feel like I'm zooming through it. All right. So now I am about to share my screen. All right. So can y'all see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. So one of the ways that I'm going to, in addition to talking about like different ways to showcase the portfolio. Oh, okay, Jackie. Different ways to showcase the portfolio. I want to talk to you tonight about the different ways that you can showcase the portfolio. The easiest way and the most efficient way that's right at your fingertips is LinkedIn. Now, I talked about Excel. I talked about Power BI and the ability to extract those artifacts from your technical session. When you are in SQL, every week you get a technical coding challenge in your inbox. A weekly coding challenge in your inbox. Those weekly coding challenges provide you the opportunity to post out your code on your LinkedIn. Like every week you'll get one. So one week you might have one that's specifically on public health. One week you'll get one that is specifically on education, marketing, customer service. Every week is a different topic. You get your data, you get your business case, and your job is to essentially perform as a data professional. So with those coding challenges, those are an excellent way for you to do what I call learning, like learning out loud. Every week when you get them coding challenges, make you a post. Make you a post with that screenshot of those coding challenges and say, this week I delved into aggregate functions and I was able to calculate X, Y, and Z. Whatever the case is, and make you a little 1-2 on LinkedIn. That's one way to do it. It's like regularly post when you're learning new things. Because if you have the ability or the goal of deepening into your career within the space of data, the communication of you being able to communicate that that's what your goal is and showcasing that work out loud is a hack as well. Because when you post them weekly coding challenges out, and let's say you tag me or you tag Data Analytics Simplified, I'm going to share it. I share y'all stuff every time. So therefore, it brings more traffic and visibility to your professional profile. You are showcasing, okay, I'm learning a new skill. I'm practicing this new skill. This is what this business case solves. And it just gives more visibility and traffic and more opportunity for you to build your network. That might be the easiest way to just do it, right? To do it right there is like start posting out your weekly coding challenges. Take a screenshot and post it on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is cringe. However, get you a little visibility with your network. That's the low-hanging fruit for SQL to get your visibility. Another thing is LinkedIn has on you, if you go to your profile, and we have we have a LinkedIn a session specifically for LinkedIn too. But if you go to your LinkedIn profile, you can add a section in your LinkedIn profile that is specifically for projects. Like, go, if you don't have it already, add your section that is specifically for projects. And add that section, tell what your project was doing, tell what skills, the skills pay the bills, tell what skills you use in that, and capture it on your LinkedIn profile. Remember, some of y'all haven't been in the LinkedIn sessions yet, but one of the benefits of LinkedIn is nothing but like a huge algorithm. So if you're posting your projects on your profile and you're tagging the skills that you needed in order to facilitate that project, that's not doing anything but like feeding the algorithm of the skills that you have, which that's how recruiters and stuff know, okay, this person is in finance, this person is in healthcare, this person uses SQL, Power BI. So one component of that is to add that project section on your profile. You can even have like on here, like some of them, I think I put like code snippets on here. Like you can have the ability to like add, like this one right here, I put like a snippet of the documentation that I use to build out this platform. I made sure that it was like a sanitized version, like ain't no data out here. However, I had the ability to do this and you can see it. So LinkedIn has a section specifically for projects that you can go in there, and this is a good space too for like work that you already doing. Everything that's on here is stuff that I did in work. Like this is stuff that I was already doing, and I was like, let me package this up and push it out as a project. So projects is a really good space for you to be able to showcase application on your LinkedIn. Another way is, I said that I was going to use Shira as an example tonight. I'm going to use Shira and another one of my previous students who happens to be in education as well. So Shira, on our last touch base, Shira started the conversation and she got into her featured. So it's a section on LinkedIn that you're able to feature, or essentially it's equivalent to like a pin on Facebook or something. So you're able to post things and feature those. Shira took the opportunity and she has already been building out her profile. She was already doing this. She was already building out her profile and she was featuring a lot of the work that she was doing because Shira has the goal of leaning deeper into administration. So it's like, let's start building out these things that I'm doing on my LinkedIn profile. And she used the featured section on her profile for the ability to showcase her work. So that featured section is an opportunity for you as well. So when somebody go and look at your LinkedIn profile, it's no question who you are, what you do, and what you've been doing. Shira, do you want to add something to that? Did I miss anything? Her thing. She trying to get off mute. Get off mute!
No, I was, you presented it perfectly. The only thing that I would build in now is the projects like you said. So, with data analysis and the things that we've been doing in our classes, that's what I would build. I probably put a project section.
I love that. Because with you, yours is going to go into like how I was saying a minute ago. You already got the stuff. Like it's more or less like, let me just reframe it in this way to put it out there. Yep. I like that. I like the featured section. Yep.
Like probably like I was working on a analysis for it's called from the Tapper report, TAPR. It's like a accountability report that the state of Texas does.
Mm-hmm.
And I was working on. I already downloaded a data set, and so I had to make some changes in there. There was letters and numbers in there, and so I had to make a formula for the numbers to be equivalent to letters.
Okay.
In order to be it for when I start, trying to answer certain questions. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay. That's data transformation. Pop off. Yes, ma'am. That's data transformation and data cleansing too. So capture your skills, my girls.
Trying to that.
But what you say?
I said I'm trying to, as a result of this, this class and this, pathway.
Yeah, yeah. And like you said, if you were to take, for example, like some of this work that you've already packaged up, and just like let me build out another section of my profile and add that on down there, it's just repackaging. Same work, repackaged, lighter lift. Like you done already did the heavy lift. You already do the work. Just put another bow on it or something. So yeah, I like that. Were you gonna say something? Okay. Any questions before we get into another way to showcase your portfolio with the featured and the projects? Another way is, this is one of my previous students too. She's in education. I told you I don't know what it is about them teachers. She did the same thing. She featured her post, and she's been in education for 10 years now. She's been in education, but she's also a coach. So what she did was her portfolios are going in a couple different ways. She did an analysis on student performance, and what she did was she actually used, LinkedIn has a feature that allows you the ability to create articles. So what she did was publish her analysis as an article on LinkedIn. That's another way. So she published her analysis as an article on LinkedIn. Like I said, she's a teacher. So in this, she used SQL, Excel, and Tableau. Whenever you are building out your portfolio, like I said, always look for an opportunity to explain what tools did you use. How did you use them tools? Give a little background on the business case that you're solving. The goal is never just the tool. The goal is, but what'd you do with it though? How did you use it though? So always give background to this. So she basically gave a little background. I've always been intrigued on student performance. She did why student performance. Basically, because as an educator, that's one of the leading things. That's why you're there. Student performance. So she gave a little background on that. She gave a little background on some factors that influence it. And in this, she actually did screenshots of her doing her analysis in SQL, added it here, and she took that data a step further and was like, hey, I did my analysis in SQL, but let's take it a step further and let's visualize this data. She chose to use Tableau. Let's visualize this data using Tableau so I have the ability to do a data visualization with this. She did that, took a screenshot of her dashboard, and then provided her conclusion. After conducting all the research and visually, I concluded that age does not impact total score of students. So she was able to give a business case. Why we need this. Tell what skills she used. What skills did you use? Tableau, Excel, and SQL. And what was the outcome? So she framed all of that and she published that as an article on her LinkedIn. Now, one of the other cool things about publishing an article on LinkedIn is that when people Google you, that's gonna come up. Of course, your Facebook, stuff like that, the LinkedIn gonna come up, but your articles are public information. So when people Google you, they see your published articles out there, which is what? The opportunity to start doing the work and showcasing, oh, I do this. So that's what she did. She actually has quite a few published articles out there, and that's one way that she leveraged. So another thing is she was actually flirting with the idea of getting into finance analytics. I know a couple of y'all in finance. Brittany don't know one in finance. She actually did an analysis on fraud. So with that, she built out a project on credit card fraud. What skills did she use? What was the business case of it? What was she trying to answer? What data she used? She did a financial crimes analysis on credit card charges. This is her sequel, and she did a video. So she got her stuff looking real cute. Published it out on her article, and this is her portfolio project. So that's always one way to do it. This is her Tableau dashboard. She provided a link to the Tableau dashboard. She provided her conclusion. What's the business problem? What skills did you use? What decision was made from it? Oh, okay. So this was an example that she did, which I loved. So those are a couple of ways on LinkedIn where you can showcase your project and portfolio. If you are if you in a social media like that, do stuff, post stuff on YouTube, Facebook, whatever the case is. I personally don't do social media like that. So, but if you do, and if you're already out there and already visible, it sounds weird to say I don't do social media like that, but I don't really outside of this. But start learning out loud. Start posting what you're learning. Like now, I'm learning data bricks. 13 years in, and I'm learning something else. I posted that, hey, I'm finna learn data bricks. Like start just putting out there just to get you just a little, get comfortable being visible in that space. Because essentially that's all a portfolio is. You said you know how to do this, but how though? Show me how. Tell me how. Talk to me about how. So those are some ways that you can showcase those on LinkedIn. Any questions about that?
So I'm a little wimp. So I started posting on Substack, and I do little postings on Threads.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, once I, get more comfortable on Substack, because I had to use it for my work portfolio in order to get a certain rating. And so I also keep posting on it. Once I, get enough topics there, I think I probably could, start filming and things like that. Did YouTube before. People a little weird.
They are, girl.
And then I had students trying to follow me, and I'm like, y'all, leave me alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So low risk is Substack and Threads. You could get, engagement from.
I never really used Threads like that. I'm going to look over there.
It's I think that it is better than, how like on TikTok you have all these posts. I mean, people say whatever they want to say. I'm not saying that doesn't have to. Its algorithm is around the things that you post about. So,
Okay.
like, it's more people of the same mindset on Threads than it is on TikTok. TikTok seems to be kind of open to everyone.
I get what you're saying.
And so I think you'll get better traction on there. And then you can also repost things on Thread as well too, like TikTok, like the links and things like that. So it's another area of engagement.
I can see that. You essentially saying like the algorithm is more niche down on
Correct.
Okay. I get what you're saying. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, y'all can still see my screen. Yeah. LinkedIn, you already got it at your fingertips. If you here, you got a LinkedIn. I already know you do. You supposed to. Start looking for ways that you can like put your stuff out there that is low effort.
LinkedIn as well too. Sorry.
Oh wow, what you say?
Substack also posts. You can post it to LinkedIn too. That's what.
Really? I'm gonna look into that. Can you like type that in the chat?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna look into that. Oh, yeah. So that's cool. Just it's essentially don't get in your way with like don't move the goalpost. If when and if you publish your first project is literally that. That's your first project. Your second project might blow your first project out the water. But don't get in the habit of, okay, well I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this. Then you look up 3 months, you ain't created nothing. That defeats the purpose. So start with what you're comfortable with, what you're already doing, and build on top of it. So in addition to that, I'm going to show you. Let me go to my notes and make sure I touch everything with that. Okay. Okay, yeah. So now let's get into some alumni um, portfolios. So this is one of my previous students. Well, we just met up this week. So like, whatever, previous / current students. She's in healthcare. So with that, she's in revenue analytics. She does like healthcare claims performance, pharmacy trends, all that good stuff. Our very first session, prior to her like joining our portfolios and projects, everybody that I'm showing you tonight was like, oh my God, I don't know how to do it. Then they left and went and built their projects. So if that helps you feel a little bit more confident, if you feeling overwhelmed by not, everybody that I'm finna show you tonight felt the exact same way. So this is her. She's in healthcare. And I'm like, hey, you need the ability to showcase your work. What you been doing? Individualized transition plan, we captured it. But also, how have you been using your skills? So in this, she has been going through and capturing her project. She created her project. She used SQL, Power BI, Excel, Tableau for her data viz. She tells about the different concepts that she's using in Excel. She tells about the different techniques that she's using gearing towards trends analysis, KPI reporting, aggregations, business analysis. Then she gets into her healthcare knowledge Because like I always tell y'all, if you in healthcare, you've been in healthcare for 10 years, you staying in healthcare. Like, unless you just don't want to stay in healthcare. You in finance, stay in finance. If you in education, stay in education. So in it, she also gives the ability to say, this is what I've been doing. This is her domain knowledge. Now, I'm actually featuring her. They'll probably start going out next week or some other time. But she created a Tableau dashboard on fraud claims analysis. Like I said, she is in healthcare reimbursement. So she took data specifically that was centered around healthcare fraud, high claims cost analysis, and she analyzed it in SQL and built out her dashboard for her data visualization. This gives her the opportunity to say, yes, I have been doing this work unofficially, I want to say for like 8 years now. However, I'm now intentional on leveraging and leaning into more data-driven roles. So in this, she analyzed her data in SQL first. Then she turned around and took that same data and visualized it using Tableau. So in this, she walked through this whole dashboard with me the other night. I'm actually going to post it out. But she walked through this and she's essentially breaking down each of these KPIs. She's like, okay, well, we have 248.1 million fraudulent claims and 52%. She's walking through her analysis as if I'm on the other side and as if I'm the interviewer. In that, she was walking through and she was able to say, out of it, we were able to say, this is the top diagnosis with fraud claims. I limited to the top 10 because I wanted to be cognizant of the space on the dashboard. In that, I was able to do the cost impact by fraud by age. So she broke down her analysis, but she also made it digestible for the business as well. Because at the end of the day, yes, learn the skill, but be able to take that skill and create impact to whatever that organization is. So as she presented this, she was able to present it as a business case, leveraging the data. So she built out this. She built out a GitHub profile, and she added that as a link to there. She tells what she did, her business question, her methods used, what key insights did you come up with, because like I said, they only care about key insights. What's the business case for this? She wrote down all of this. She even wrote down recommendations that she's able to recommend to the business based off that analysis. So all this stuff was basically written down in her portfolio. This is her Greenwood. I was going to say Greenville. This is her Greenwood Hospital admissions analysis. This is actually what she built in her Power BI session. She was able to break down her analysis, tell what her analysis was, the admission patient count, bed occupancy by department. This is what she left her Power BI session with. And she did exactly what she was supposed to do. Take it as an artifact for her portfolio. So this is actually that she did actually, because we did it the other night, walk through and say, explain all of her KPIs, explain what each of these data analysis represent, and explain what her business recommendation was based off those KPIs. So she has quite a few projects that she was able to store in her GitHub. So this is one way that a lot of people do it, is they create a GitHub profile and they publish out and they continue to build it as they go. They don't stop. It's like, all right, I got this. Now let me add on to this. Now let me see what it looks like if I do this. Now let me see what it looks like if I do that. And she just keeps going, and it never stops. So this is an example of hers, her GitHub. So she actually created a GitHub profile, and yeah, she has all of this stuff on here. All this stuff on here. Areas of focus. Who are you though? This her. What are you working on? Where are you trying to go? And this is proof of application. So if I see this, if I'm a hiring manager and I got two people that it come down to, and one person gives me this and the other person don't give me that, who you think I'm gonna go with? Go with your girl. Because this is proof of application. This is proof you know the work, not just that you put it on your resume or you sit through a program. So that's one example. Another one is insurance as well, health insurance. She built out her GitHub profile. She actually did 2026 ACA exchange plan. She told about herself. Who are you? What you trying to do? What are you trying to showcase? She gave a business scenario. She gave what table. She actually did her data in SQL. So she gave what table she used. She used 3 different tables. She also took it a step further and built out her data relationships. So here you see her data relationships, and she goes through and literally answers what skills she used to find each of her business questions. So this is another way. She did the same type of layout, but she did it just a little differently. But you notice what's consistent is she still put them key findings because that's what the business care about. But what was the outcome though? She put all her tools she used because your skills is what's gonna, like, your skills is how you eat. Then she talked about, even she leveraged it as if this is how she was learning this. What she learned while doing this project. She learned how to import. She used inner join. She used case statements. She did some I'm getting a brain fart. She did some string functions. She did some data quality work. Like, she was able to say, this is what I did, this is how I did it, and this is what I learned from it. So this was a good example as well. So you see, healthcare. She used that healthcare data. This is another one of my students. So a little bit of background about her. She's in marketing. She's in marketing, and she wanted the opportunity to, she did Power BI. She wanted the opportunity to take her skills that she had been leveraging in Power BI and essentially getting into like her own consulting and contracting. That's what she wanted to do. She wanted to do her own thing. So in that, she wanted to essentially frame like all of her existing marketing work into her brand. She has been in the space of marketing for years. She's been leveraging data. She's been providing recommendations to business based off that. And from that, she wanted to officiate that with her Power BI skills. So that's what you see here. She took it a step further. Like I said, she's in marketing. So, she took it a step further and she went and got her own website. So when she has her own domain that is essentially like her business name, this is what she's using as her portfolio. It does the exact same thing. You can give this portfolio to a hiring manager, to a potential client in an interview, whatever the case is, and I can tell exactly who you are, what you've been doing, and how you did it. So that's what she did. This is her website. She goes through our BI dashboards and data models to help business trade performance. She got her Power BI portfolio here. This is the same Power BI artifact that they built out in her Power BI. So she did what? She leveraged that as a portfolio artifact because that's what you're supposed to do. She got her portfolio on here from Power BI. She explains what tools she used, how she used them, and she tells you that this what it does. It analyzes hospital admissions, operational efficiencies, and financial performance across departments. Period. Same concept, but it's just formatted differently. Here she did a creator revenue forecasting tool. Like I said, she's in marketing, content creating, beauty content. Like, that's her lane. So in this, she did a financial modeling and business planner for Excel for creator revenue. Using, now, this what she does. She been doing this. So what she did was like, you know what? I'm about to take what I've already been doing and I'm about to build a project with it. That's exactly what she did. She packaged it up really nice and published it out on her profile, on her website. This is the who are you though? Tell us who you are, what you've been doing, what your experience is, and what you specialize in. This is by by definition, a portfolio. I know who you are. I see proof of application of your work. I know what you're trying to do. I know what your goals are. So this is how she published out, or chose to publish out, her portfolio. She built out a website. What are you experienced in? Power BI, SQL, data modeling, Excel, Google Sheets, Pinterest, analytics. And how can I connect with you? Email, LinkedIn. This her portfolio. And I thought that was really dope when she shared it. I'm like, you know what? Because we see it's so many different ways that you can leverage and showcase your work. And with her being in marketing, that made so much sense that you like, let me go and build my own lane and present my work like this. Because this is just as valuable as other ways to showcase your work. It's proof of application. So it's the landing page. And that's one way she did it. Do we have any questions so far? I'm just going straight through this stuff. Okay. Okay. Okay, I was like, this, first of all, this she was, okay. Now, data. Like I said, when you leave your Excel, Power BI, you leave with an artifact. And another thing that I do is I always extract your analysis and give it to you. Like I extract your analysis and give it to you, and it allows you to essentially, that's your starting point, baby. Like you got a head start. That's your starting point. So in that, take that and don't stop. Keep going. So in this, I want to talk to you about the ability to leverage real data. A good source for that is right where I'm on. I'm going to post it in the chat. Where my mouse at, y'all? Where my mouse? Oh, there it is. Oh, wait. No, it's not. Girl, y'all, where my mouse? Oh, there it is. Okay, for real. Okay. Save this. Okay. This gives you the opportunity to have access to so much data. Y'all, when I say that we as consumers and as people have so much data, when you think about it, when you go into these stores and you checking out and they're like, oh, did the customer service speak to you today? Data. How was your service? Data. How many items did you typically get? Data. These companies and these organizations are in a constant state of data collection. They got so much data that the data is disorganized, it's not clean, they don't have no frameworks in place, there are not any systems to leverage it. They are constantly capturing data. Now, this here gives you the opportunity to go and get access to whatever data you want. There's so much data here on every industry. For example, here we have World Cup player statistics. I ain't even searched for nothing. This on the homepage. World Cup player statistics, Lotus retail data sets, global AI usage and productivity, financial fraud data. Then we got benchmark data sets. We got data on the electoral integrity, U.S. election, red wine quality, online shoppers, Apple store data set, Marvel Media, FIFA World Cup. It's so much data on literally anything that you could possibly think of. You can go on here, download this data as a CSV, and do your thing on it. Whether it's Power BI, whether it is Excel, whether it is SQL. This is an excellent source for you to go in. They got cancer data, breast cancer, brain tumor MRI, can I say COVID without being like ghost shadowed? I don't know. But they got any data you can think of that's here. And I ain't even searched for nothing. Let's click on education. Student performance and habits data set. Global AI usage and productivity. Screen time versus mental health. Bad. I already know that's bad. Like, all of this data is here and it's so accessible for whatever industry you're in. Go build you a little 1-2 off of it. Go build you a little project with this. If you have a hobby, if you like to watch birds or something, find you some data on bird watching. If you like to watch a certain TV show, find data on it, whatever. When I tell you data is in everything, go ahead, go make you a little fun project. Let's say you curious about something. Go look at and you could go and, like I said, extract it as a CSV extract and get to work. E-commerce, banking transactions data set, Brittany. Automobile market data set, credit card fraud detection, so much data. Pokemon, like, who doing it? Somebody. Public food assistance, WIC. Like, anything you can think of. Another good thing is some of you are in government. Data, I'm gonna put it in a site so you can have it. Government data. All day long. This is the home of U.S. government's open data. Anything that is public, that is data for the U.S. government, this it right here. You got your geospatial, data sets by organization, most viewed data sets. Let me see what they looking at. Girl, harassment, bullying, civil rights data collection. Somebody been doing some research. All this data, electric vehicle population data, baby names from social security applications. It's so much data out here that is government data. So if you're in government or have the goal of leaning into continuing to stay within government, this is an excellent space. It's over almost 550,000 data sets on here. It's data for anything you could possibly remotely think of. The goal, like, trying to keep stuff supposedly transparent. Okay, let's see what some analysis is. You interested in, let's say you're doing, oh, and this is another hack. Let's say you are, for example, I have a student that is a member of a D9 organization. She's doing her analysis for her chapter. Members, dues, benchmarks, whatever the case is. Any way that you can lean in on anything that you are already connected to, use it. Church, nonprofit organizations, schools, memberships. Like I said, she's in D9. Anything that you can think of that can leverage their data, everybody be needing their data analyzed, and it's a mess. Lean in on people and things you already know, and people and things that you already doing, and do some data analysis for them, and that's a project for you. But this is a really good website. It's so much government data. It's so much. Licensed healthcare facility listing, healthcare payments data, licensed and certified healthcare facility bed types and counts in the state of California. Baby, whatever you could possibly think of, disaster healthcare volunteers, top 10 medical operations, like literally everything. Cannabis healthcare providers in New York. Just super niche things that you can go and analyze that data and build you out a project with. Construction costs. So, any questions regarding it? Okay. So I know we touched a lot on like Excel, Power BI, SQL. A lot of y'all hit me up and was like, how can I practice SQL in between sessions? You can download what we use for our sessions, which is like Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio, all day long. Restore your databases, use that data in there. That's one way you can do it. Other ways you can do it is like I'll post this in the chat so you can have. These are different websites where you can go, and some of them are serverless, so you don't have to like spin you up a server to uh, to do your analysis in SQL. So that's one. SQLite is one. DuckDB is one. They're serverless. You can go in, import your data, and apply SQL in those and do. That's not. Oh, that's mine. And do like what we discussed earlier with analyzing your data, writing you some code, writing you some business cases, and analyzing your data in SQL. So that's one way you can do it. Any questions on that? Okay. And like I said, SQLite is serverless, so you don't have to spin anything up. Let's say you got a data set with 60,000 records. Perfect for it. It ain't gonna give you no. It's not gonna give you a hard time with like creating your work over there. And go ahead and document that. Put it on LinkedIn. Put it on wherever. Does anyone have any questions? And I hope tonight was able to kind of subside if you had any anxiety or anything regarding projects and portfolios. Or any questions?
Man, I was trying to figure out how to go on mute.
Oh,
The
you.
wrong thing. Um, I've been having anxiety.
I don't even know why though, but anyway.
I've been, I just, I don't know. Which is why I'm still stuck. But I guess my question. So interested in. I was interested in using GitHub as far as where to like house my project. But I got stuck on. Is there a good video that just explains how to even use GitHub?
Isn't GitHub a little weird?
It's weird.
Yeah,
So
you're not crazy.
It's overwhelming, but I want to use it. But I'm just like, I like how you can just house everything in that one space, but I don't know how to navigate it.
Mm-hmm. I'll see if I can find something for you, Brittany. And that's why when I was so surprised that like they went and built out their stuff on GitHub. So to validate your feelings, it's a little weird to me too.
Okay.
Like, hey, and I use it. I use it because I have to. I use it even at work because I have to approve other people's code. And in that, we approve it in GitHub, and I just be like, baby. So to validate your feelings, you not like crazy. It is. I'll see if I can find some clear, concise resources for you. And if anybody else, I'll see if I can find some. And if anybody wants to connect, and even connect with others that are here and build our projects together, like have your little partner or something, that helps too. I'm gonna see if I can find you some though, Brittany. Email me so I can remember.
Okay.
Because GitHub, when they went, and I've actually had quite a few that went and built out their projects in GitHub. And when I say every last one of them were feeling just like how you feel in the session, I'm scared. I don't know how to do it. And they go, and I'm like, girl, that's GitHub.
Yeah, I'm so scared. That's why I haven't done nothing yet.
That's like the top dog of projects and portfolios. And every last one of the people that I show they all was like feeling the exact same way, and that's where they went and built out their projects. I'm like, more power to you, my girl. But I'll see if I can find something for you, because to validate your feelings, it is very weird.
Okay.
You're
Thank
not
you.
crazy. You ain't never crazy. You never off base. You be thinking you are though. But any other questions? Oh, hey Priscilla, I did not know you were here. Any other questions?
Hey, honey.
All right. And like I said, if y'all are interested in connecting with each other, pulling up on each other, connecting, yes. And see, Jackie. Okay, Jackie, I'm gonna tell your business. Jackie is Jackie. What's your title? You're a business analyst, right? Jackie is a business analyst, I think. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But anyway, Jackie is we're actually in the process. Oh, I forgot y'all were in the class together. We're actually in the process now of pushing out a. Oh, okay. Jackie is a business specialist by title, but Jackie does so much data analysis, so much data visualization, so much providing recommendations to stakeholders and this, that, and the third. She works in a government capacity. And we're actually in the process now of pushing out our Python automation with Data Analytics Simplified, and Jackie gonna lead it. Jackie, yay! So, because Jackie heavily leverages Python in her day to day, like now, even under whatever title they got my girl under. Why they got my girl under that title? Woe is me, I don't know. But she does a lot of automation, and Jackie has been doing some very like hands-on data analysis work when she came to me. So yeah, so Jackie said the same thing, that GitHub is weird. It is weird. And Jackie is like very much so in the space as well. She actually about to lead her own track. So yeah. So if y'all want to post y'all's LinkedIn, connect with each other, and did anybody have any outstanding questions after the night? Or did this help you understand? I'm excited to have you, Jackie. Can't think of nobody better. Any questions or anything tonight? After looking at this, does this make things a little clearer for you with like projects and things?
Yes. I'm just yes. I'm just doing things little by little. Like as we were talking, I had gotten ideas on how to go forward with my project. Um, like this one particular piece where I was like, okay, I wanted to do a comparative analysis of my neighboring districts, and so I'm doing it by counties first,
Okay.
and I'm going to look at what the analysis show. I might even, after I do the individual counties, then be able to talk about, because my question was, how competitive is our district compared to its other regional options? So for me, there's Houston, there's Cypher, Brazoria County, those neighboring districts, Alvin, all those things. Talk about Houston ISD, and I talk about it too. But so I just want to see what's
That, that makes sense. And then another thing, look at me, my ideas spinning too. Another thing, Shira, as you do your comparative analysis, do a national benchmark analysis as well. Like, take your cook. Let's cook. Take your take your county analysis and compare it to neighboring counties and get your comparative analysis. Period. But also take your county analysis, the neighboring counties, and then do a third comparative analysis on a national benchmark baseline.
okay. And so that would probably come from something like that data.gov because they would have that kind of information.
Yep.
Oh, all
That'll
right.
give you the ability to compare performance across county, compare performance across neighboring counties, but also allow you to do comparative analysis nationally. So that's a three-way analytic baseline, and that'll give you that skill gap. If it is any gaps there, it'll give you essentially a benchmark across like a national thing as well.
Okay.
Yep. Ashley says she got an idea. She got to see it through. See it through, my girl. See it through. And don't move the goalpost. Don't stop. Whatever your idea is, that's your idea. Now, do it, and then come. And if you want to make it better next month, if you want to make it better next week, do it then. But now, that's your idea. Don't change your idea. Don't change it. That's it. That's all. You stuck. If you want to build another project with another one, do another one. Oh, I love you, Priscilla. Do another one. Yeah. But yeah, I like that idea for you. And that's going to help you with where you're trying to go, too. Shira.
Thank you.
Priscilla said for sure. Any other questions? Okay. I put my consult link in the chat. Y'all know what to do. If you need me, you know where to find me. I put my LinkedIn in the chat. I'm supposed to be already connected with all y'all on LinkedIn. If I'm not, oh hey Sabrina. If I'm not, you supposed to be connected. Not you, Sabrina, but like y'all supposed to be connected with me anyway. But connect with me. And if there's any questions, this session is gonna go in your dashboard. So as you build it out, build it out. Our next community accelerator is going to be August. I don't have a date yet. I think it's last week of August. And in that, we are actually going to talk about strategy. And what I mean by that is, where are you? Then how can we be intentional on zoning out or pulling out from where we are and pushing you for the next step? Preparing where you are now for 6-month you, 12-month you, and start building out ways that we can be intentional with taking ownership of our careers, taking ownership of where we're trying to go, what we're trying to do, and being strategic in doing it. So that's what we're doing at the end of August. When I get the date and when I get the session created, I'm going to send the link out. It is Tara. Hey, Tara. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you feel better. But yeah, when I get the link out, I'm going to send it out the same way I did this one. And just RSVP, pull up, come prepared with your questions. And I hope y'all continue to get value from it. And with that being said, good night, everyone. Good night, y'all.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Have a good one. Thank you.
How do I get out of here? Oh, there you go. Hey, Facebook. I think I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. Thank you all. I don't know where y'all are joining from. I don't know who are on here. I know it is some people that are on here. Y'all on Facebook. So Facebook, I see a couple people on here from Facebook, but I can't tell who you are. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. For those that do not know me, my name is Larita Shaw. I'm a self-taught senior data engineer. I have over 13 years of experience within the space of healthcare. I'm also the founder of Data Analytics Simplified, where I support those that are non-traditional, fully transition into the space of data. So what you just sat in tonight is our monthly Career Accelerator session. Every month we meet up as a community, just like how we did, and we go over specific things. Tonight it was portfolios and projects. So every month we meet up as a community. We also teach live technical sessions. I don't do no pre-recorded. I don't do fake environments. I provide the environment for you. We learn SQL. You have the option of learning SQL, Excel, Power BI. We are very shortly about to lean into Python automation as well, so pull up on us. All of my sessions are taught by live data practitioners. Like I said, I'm a senior data engineer, been in the space for over 13 years. My Power BI instructor, she is a director of data. She's been in the space of data for over a decade. My Excel instructor is also a director of data, been in data, I think, maybe 9 years, almost a decade. So collaboratively, we have about 30 years of experience. My Python automation instructor has been in data for about 9 years as well. That's almost 40 years experience together. So we're all very much so still in the space. We're active practitioners, and the way that we teach is very much so relatable. Yeah, really big on community. I'm really big on support. You don't just sit and like watch me write code. You don't just sit and just watch somebody write code. No, you go write your own code. Your stuff ain't gonna work. You're gonna share your screen. We're gonna figure out why it doesn't work. We're gonna debug together. Your Power BI dashboard doesn't work. We're gonna work together and figure out why it doesn't work. So I'm very much so hands-on, very much so in the space, and I really love what I do. If you ask the question tonight and you still here, just say something, because I ain't gonna answer the question, you ain't here. All right. So thank you for joining me tonight. Feel free to follow me here. If you still have any questions, concerns, feel free to shoot me an email. Shoot me an email, schedule a consult if it's easier to talk through it. Um, oh, D. Okay, so D. What you mean, D? D said, so D's question is, how long should data be captured for a portfolio? What do you mean? Like, do you mean like, do you mean like length of time? Like, all right, I need to capture data over 6 months. Do you mean like recent, like if it should be recent data? What do you mean? Length of time. Okay. Okay, so in order for you to successfully do like what we call in this space like a trend analysis, in order for you to successfully do a trend analysis, you're gonna need data to compare. Like, there's not like a set, okay, well, I need 12 months of data. I need 6 months of data. It might be depending on whatever you're trying to, whatever data set you're trying to analyze. But also, if you're doing a trend analysis, as long as you have like two different points of time, you have the ability to do that. So as long as you have your data captured on two different points of time, the same data, but this is two different points of time, you should be good on it. Now, of course, like if you're in clinical research, science, pharmaceutical, there might be like certain regulations. Like, for example, if you are trying to track the efficiency of a vaccine or something, they might have a 12-month period, a 24-month period, or whatever. But it just kind of depends on what you're trying to track. Is Did that answer your question? Brittany, are you still here? Yeah. Oh, good, D. All right. I'm going to go. Good night, y'all. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. Feel free to follow me, whatever. Bye, y'all. Have a good night.